What's up, everybody, and welcome to Real Uncomfortable Conversations. I am your host, Ms. Treasure Gems. Today in the studio with us, we have not just a guest. This right here is a personal friend of mine, Miss Toya Birch. This is a little bit of everything coming out of the DMV. She is an entrepreneur. She's a mother. I'm gonna give the floor to her so she can tell you exactly who she is.
Hello, my name is Toya Hustle. Birch is the legal name.
Oh.
Hustle is the blood name. I am an entrepreneur. Actually, I'm called a facilitator. That's my actual name. I am a mogul in my community.
Okay, mogul in the community.
A mogul in the community. They said every millionaire has 8 streams of income. So I am a party promoter. I am a hairstylist. I am a salon broker, sweet broker. I am a promoter. I am the co-owner of a moving company, EMG Solutions. We do evictions. I'm also the lead of Breaking Loose Ladies Women's Empowerment Group.
Okay.
My husband and I also have a couples group called Love, Loyalty, and Success.
Okay.
I'm also a travel agent, a mentor. So whatever hat I need to be, that's what I am.
Okay, multifaceted, many hats. You know, right now we are doing a specific special edition right here. We are highlighting people right here in the DMV. And Toya is representing the DMV in so many ways. As you can hear, she has not one, but many different businesses. If it's not one thing that she can do for you, it's definitely another that between her or her husband, they are going to make sure that it gets done. So you are a hairstylist. You are an innovator. You're more so, you do a little bit of everything. Yeah. So you have suites that you rent out to people. You have a little bit of everything. So you're a manager in a sort.
Yes.
How's your life rotate about while being a manager?
Well, technically, retiring, I've been doing it for 25 years.
25 years.
25 years. So I kind of like retiring out. I decided to retire about 5 or 6 years ago. Mm-hmm. My goddaughter, she was the face of my brand. We had decided, like, listen, I don't want to be behind a chair as much as I want to anymore. I didn't really I wanted to kind of have some younger girls out there that had more of the energy and the patience. And we was my salon was called TNT, Twist and Turns. Mm-hmm. But with her, she was like a little butterfly. With her, we were calling it Unicorn Styles. Mm-hmm. And it was March of 2019, we were supposed to open the doors April the 8th. It was a Monday, and she was killed by her boyfriend April the 7th. And we never got to start Unicorn Styles. So now that's what I'm doing.
You have Unicorn Styles in remembrance of her.
Yes, it's called the Shania Floyd Foundation. Okay. And I started that foundation. It was so hard for me because I started the foundation. I was going back and forth, like she was shot in her head by her boyfriend.
Oh wow.
And I didn't want to remember her by doing domestic violence. I wanted to keep her memory alive about who she was, just colorful, vibrant, and always trying to help people. So I started the Shania Floyd Foundation to help young women who wanted to pursue their dreams. Mm-hmm. If you don't have the money or the support that you need, we got the Shania Floyd Edge Control and the Shania Floyd Growth Oil. And that helps me to help young women to create their logo, to help them get business cards. If my suites are $200 and they only can afford $125, I use that money that I've raised for the Edge Control to cover the difference to help the young women.
Okay, so not only are you a part of the community, you are helping, you are promoting, you're doing a whole lot for the community. And that's something that we don't usually see too often, especially here in the DMV. It's a whole lot of people who don't want to help you, especially not really wholeheartedly, compassionately, and are willing to do those things out of the kindness of their own heart. So of course, I'm sure everyone definitely does appreciate you for that. The people who you are in contact with and who are making a big impact on their life. And I would like to say I am one of those people.
Yes.
I am one of those people because I do have my spa, New Energy Spa.
Yes.
It is at your sweet location. This is actually one of I'm a leaseholder of hers as well. I have New Energy Spa. It is in Marlow Heights at 4400
Stamp Road.
Stamp Road, and that is where we are. And I definitely appreciate you so much for that, because you do open up a whole lot of doors for a whole lot of different people. And now, since coming back from California, I am able to have a home here where New Energy Spa is located. So if you are interested, let me just throw that in there. You know, we always about promotion and all of that good stuff. So I'm gonna promote myself real quick and throw in New Energy Spa for all the ladies. If you are interested in coming to see me, you know I am the vagina queen. I'm gonna steam your vagina. We do vaginal mask and a little bit of everything. And whatever I can't do, I got somebody who can collaborate with me, and we can do that for you. We doing Sparties. Spa parties. Yes. So here in the DMV, you can represent anywhere. Some people that represent the whole DMV, but where exactly are you representing?
Actually, I'm from Landover, Maryland.
Okay.
I'm literally from Landover.
Listen, okay, we had a previous guest who was Landover.
Yes, I'm from Landover, Maryland.
Okay, Landover, Maryland in the building. All right, what part of Landover? A little big. So you
Palmer Park.
Okay, Palmer Park.
Yes,
okay,
Palmer Park.
Y'all know where that at? Y'all know where that at?
Palmer
Okay.
Park.
All right. So Toya, you are always so very bright and vibrant. I want to ask you, how do you describe your style? What inspires your style?
I'm a unicorn. I used to be a butterfly, and I lost myself. I didn't understand anymore. I didn't feel colorful anymore. I felt like all the dreams and the goals that I had already accomplished. And my mindset was like, it's more to this. And I actually died to my old self. And at times I have premonitions, and the spirit leads me, the universe kind of show me signs and wonders, and I just kept seeing unicorns. And it's so strange because it was like 10 years ago. I mean, we knew there were unicorns, but they weren't popular in the stores.
Right.
They weren't around. They weren't anything. And I just kept visualizing and seeing unicorns. And then one day I was like, oh my God, I did not die. My dreams did not lose. I'm now someone else.
Oh, okay. Evolution.
I'm now someone else. I'm now someone else, and I became the unicorn. And that's when Sanaya died. She was the butterfly. And it was so strange because things that go on in the spirit also goes on in the natural. So the unicorn physically died. The butterfly physically died, and she considered herself a butterfly. We all have a spirit animal. It's something inside of us. And even with my husband, I told him, I was like, when I see you, don't think it disrespectful, but I see a lion. Like his facial features, when it just looked like, to me, he just roared. It just looked like kingly. I was like, oh, you're a lion. And I just kept saying it to him, So when I realized, and I didn't realize that in real life that she was going to leave, the butterfly was gone and the unicorn was birthed. So
okay.
I'm rare.
Yes, definitely. A rare created person. Like this is from within. I like that.
Yes,
I definitely do. I like that. So y'all know this is real uncomfortable conversations. So we got to get into a few uncomfortable topics. And one of the uncomfortable conversations that I want to start off with today, we want to dig deep because I know you, and I know that you are a person who is very expressive. So I want to know, can you share a personal struggle or challenge that you have faced that has contributed to your growth, or a setback that you are still recovering from?
I think from what I just said, losing Sanaya, I never faced depression. I never, and my Sanaya died on April the 7th, and my grandmother died April the 30th, and it was like a hard time for like 6 months. I went into depression, and actually, unfortunately, thank God, I've never experienced depression. I don't suffer with anxiety. I'm kind of like a go with the flow type of person. I'm never upset. I'm never mad. Like, I don't have dark spaces, and that's just really not who I am. And it's so strange because God always send me people that are broken, that suffer with darkness and don't understand, or they overthinking and stuff and like that. So that at that time, and I'm still suffering with it. I'm just learning how to live with a broken heart. So losing Sanaya after saying, okay, she's going to be my future, then I was like, okay, I'm back at the place where, okay, what's next?
Right.
I thought I was going to be able to use her as my future, and it wasn't there no more. So now I'm like, okay, so what I'm going to do? And I just went into a dark place, and it's so crazy because my family gave me an intervention. I had locks at that time, and they was like, listen, she had did my hair before I went to California, and it was so crazy because Nipsey Hussle died that same year as her, and we were in California when she died, and Nipsey Hussle had died 2 days after her in that April. And I didn't even know who Nipsey Hussle was. I told you my last name is Hustle. I would have went to the marathon when I was in California because I like to travel, and I'm a tourist. So when I go to places, I want to see all the special places. We went to Boys in the Hood house. We did all those things. And so me to not go to Nipsey Hussle marathon because I didn't know who he was until he passed away.
Right.
So
a lot of people didn't, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I was living in California, so I was pretty well connected with some of the people who were in contact with him. I was around. I knew people who knew him personally, went to school with him, and different things like that. So it was definitely really hard for a lot of people on the West Coast to lose Nipsey. And I used to ride past the Marathon store when it was still open. So I know exactly how much of an impact that was on the entire West Coast.
I would have loved to just be in that parking lot.
And he was someone who actually was there. You could actually catch him at the store.
Yeah.
Like he had a when he did the grand opening, I was in California. So yeah. Okay. So I want to ask you, have you ever intentionally hurt someone or manipulated them for your own benefit?
No.
No?
No.
Never?
Never. I'm more so of the type, I don't cheat. I don't do anything. However, once I'm hurt, I can say that if you cheat on me, I'm going to cheat back. Or if you hurt me, I walk away. And I be like, you have to deal with that. That's not my battle. I'm at peace with it. So I walk away with my head held high. But I've never done, I can't say I've done anything to ever intentionally hurt anybody.
Okay, so if you've never done anything to intentionally hurt anybody else, can you share a time when someone has definitely intentionally hurt you? Or maybe if they didn't intentionally hurt you, but it hurt you and they were just not regretting that they hurt you. Not forgiving to the fact that you wanted them to recognize your pain.
All the time.
All the time? That's a regular thing for you.
That's a regular thing for me. People always do things to hurt me. It's to me, I think in this age, I think it's envy. Like I wish, like they'll sleep with my boyfriends or my exes, or to do mean things to hurt me, or even if they're not intentionally trying to hurt me, just to try to be in my place or my space, they'll do that, and try to steal my clients or just anything to just feel like they're doing something. But I always win in the end. I always win because you don't treat people the way they treat you. That's not my battle. I don't talk bad about them. You would never even know. But I can tell you, it has been my closest friends and family, or people that I've helped along the way, and they have screwed me completely over. And it's happened to me at least, I can name at least 30 times.
30 times. Out of those 30 times, how often do you forgive, Toya?
All the time.
So you always forgive. So what you're telling me is that right now you know within yourself that you are the forgiving friend. You're that friend who is not just no one is expendable to you. Like you're always going to be the person who you come back to.
I'm going to deal with you accordingly.
Deal with you accordingly. I understand.
That's your problem. you'll never get the same me again.
Right.
I'll probably still deal with you. That's why I said, like, you cheated on me, or you did this, or you hurt me. I'll still help you until I won't. So I most definitely, I've had people, I've been beat up before by people I tried to help. You stole from me, left it sweet, and trashed it, or trashed my name. And I've turned shops that was going bankrupt completely, and I flipped it upside down and brought 15 stylists in there and everything. And at the end of the day, I still be like, hey, how you doing? And I walk with a smile and my head held high because I'm at peace. Because I know I don't ever have to look over my shoulder because I know I've done nothing wrong. I give and give and give. And then when I'm done, I'm done. But that's a gift and a curse.
It is. It's definitely a gift and a curse. You can't always be so open and inviting to everybody because unfortunately everybody just doesn't deserve it. But you don't want to mess up your blessings that are in alignment for you because that's how you continue to keep on going. I actually say that about myself as well. If I treat everyone the way how they have treated me, I would be no more as of right now because it's just it just doesn't always go the way how you anticipate it with people. Like I'm always in constant battles with certain people with certain types of things, but we're gonna get into that another day.
My husband told me, he said, if you were a teacher, would you start your student off with a E or A? A E means they got to work their way to their A. A A means, you know what? You came in this classroom, that's a start. I'm proud of you. You got an A. Keep it. Which teacher are you?
Me personally, I'm that A off the bucks. I'm the one who's going to give you that A and you're going to maintain that A. You ain't got to work for it because it's already yours. It's already yours. You just gotta maintain it. Show me that you want it, that it's worth it for you. And if you show me this one, listen, I'm reciprocal. I'm very, 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 very reciprocal. I am that person where you show me, I'm gonna show you too. Like it's a reflection. That's how I look at things. Life is a mirror. Life is pretty much it's a mirror, and sometimes you look in it, and when you're looking in it, you be a little tired sometimes. So sometimes you gotta go get a little bit of rest. But pretty much whatever you're putting out into there, it's going to come back and it's going to reflect back to you. I like that. Yeah, I'm definitely an A+ teacher.
But you know what? It's harder to keep an A than an E.
Oh, for sure.
It's harder because guess what? A lot of teachers, you got 1 out of 10 that's going to give that student an A. And a lot of people are so guarded. By the time they get to a D, you've already said, oh, well, I gave you an A. It's too late now. It's over. And I think that's one of my flaws. Like, I be like, okay, tell me all your dreams and goals and I'm going to help you. And then along the way, they drop the ball. And then it's like, I didn't know. Nobody ever gave me that moment where they gave me a chance. Or they always dealing with toxic people. Or they not used to dealing with genuine people because we're one of a kind.
Right. I get that.
You see what I'm saying? So having an A is harder to keep than an E. Because the E, you can work your way up. So if you fail, you already failed because the E is failing.
Right.
But if you get to a D, it's like, okay, or C, I'm like below average, but not above that yet. But an A, you just keep going and going and going down.
I get that.
You see what I'm saying? So it's just,
or you can keep it afloat.
Or you can keep it afloat. But it's rare that people do.
It is. It's pretty rare that people do. But it's ways to maintain it, I believe. I think that it is definitely ways to maintain it. So in life, random question. If you could have a superpower, what would it be and how would you use it?
I'm already a visionary. I have a superpower.
What's your superpower?
I'm a dreamer.
Okay.
And I asked for my dreams to go even further. I want to see my dreams. I want to be a part of my dreams. And I just started having lucid dreams. And they're so real. And I've never been in a dark place. It's like, I don't want to wake up. And that's not a good space to be in either. I had a dream where me and my grandma was just sitting on the couch. I mean, she was there. I know for a fact it was not a dream. Like, it was an out-of-body experience. And I used to have visions where it wasn't like an out-of-body. It'd just be like, I'll see things. Like I told my husband, I said, listen, when we first met, we're going to have a beautiful life. I seen it. Like, you just got to trust the magic. But now, for me to be having an out-of-body experience and actually be inside the dream and to wake up and my grandmother and the couch is empty, I don't want to wait. I want that moment back. So I always want to be a part of my dreams. And now you have to watch what you ask for. My grandmother told me this a long time ago. It was some twins. They had 2 winos. And my grandmother said, I'm sick of them. I'm tired of them. All they do is fight. All they do is... She said, you know what? I'm going to let them go. I'm not even going to wake up tonight. I'm going to let them go to sleep on their own. I'm tired of it. God, you deal with them. Mm-hmm. Uncle Johnny, with the wine that they used to drink back in the day, Uncle Johnny cut open. Because he seen a monkey on Uncle James' stomach and cut him open. She lost one to jail and the other one killed the other one. So my grandmother always told us that story. She said, watch what you pray for. And I asked to be a part of my dreams and not just see them, to actually feel them so I can have more. So now I be careful what I ask for. Mm-hmm. Because that vision came to light and I didn't like how I felt.
Okay. That's deep. Okay. Let's get into another random question before we get into some media questions and some lifestyle questions. We got a little range for you today, Toya. Okay. Random question, but very much so relevant to life and very much right now. Do you believe that you can be friends with the opposite sex without having a sexual chemistry?
Yes. Actually, one of my best friends is a male. Okay. We met when we were 14 years old, and I'm nowhere near his type. I'm nowhere near his type. And actually, it's so funny because we met. He was like, even through school, I just kind of like, I was always a teacher's pet and everything. He just happened to be super, super smart and hang in the office because he was smart. And I just happened to be a teacher's pet. And we met in the office at a alternative high school. And that was, I was 15 years old. And now he stole my husband and they became friends. He's closer now to my husband than me and him are. So yes, you can most definitely be friends and not be at all sexually attracted to the other side. Yes. And my husband, they're really close. Well, they were really close. And yes, so.
I had to have enough space to. So let me clear my throat. Okay. All right. Okay. Good question.
But let me just say this. I have 9 brothers and they also have a lot of friends. So most of my friends are males. Most of them. Like, I'm like one of an only girl. I got a lot of uncles, which had a lot of friends. I got a lot of cousins, which had a lot of friends. So I'm around guys all the time. So yes. And none of them, no sexual with none of them.
Okay, well let's jump to
homie girl.
Definitely the homie.
Yes.
Okay, so with that being said, you have brothers. You have, I just have to get into it. It's a big topic that's going on right now. I'm not sure if you are familiar with who Drea is.
I think so.
Okay, so Drea is a hot topic right now because she just recently had a baby.
Oh yes, the younger guy, the basketball player. Yes.
But he is young enough to be her son. She has a son that's the same age as her newest baby father.
Right.
So how do you feel about that? Do you think that that's weird? Like that's weird vibes? Like how would you feel if one of your children or one of your brothers or someone who you cared about was dealing with that type of relationship?
I say whatever makes you happy. You never know the energy, and I believe that even though he may be 22, he may be reincarnated, he may have come from another life, be very mature, and you just never know who your person is, how they gonna come. They could be a man or a woman, or they could be old or young. I feel like if the chemistry is fit, then I say do you. I'm not judging nobody on what they do, because me personally, I'm not dating nobody my daughter's age, because I just feel like it's weird for me. But for somebody else to do it, whatever floats your boat. But for me, I don't want to date anybody that's. And my oldest child is 26.
Okay.
So give me 25. To maybe 25, 26. You gotta at least be 30 for me.
Right.
30. That's 4 years. But if you under 26, if you 26 and under, it's a no.
Right.
But 30.
I 100% agree, because I had children, and I'm personally, I don't want my child to bring someone home that's the same age as me.
Yeah.
Like, I just personally would not feel comfortable with that, especially if my child was in a specific place in his life where he would have notoriety or a nice financial weight behind him. I would not really be too enthused about that. But I mean, everybody is different. You never know. Like how you said, whatever floats your boat. I mean, if it's happy, if you're happy, you're happy.
Yes. I seen them walking together, and they just, for me, they didn't seem aligned.
Right.
She was holding a big baby bag and pushing a stroller.
He's still young. He doesn't know.
Yeah, but I just feel like if you are going to be in that situation, you need to kind of teach him. Like, you need to be kind of holding the bag for me, telling him how to. I'm gonna teach you how to treat me. Mm-hmm. So hey, different strokes for different folks.
Right. Okay. An uncomfortable question I do want to ask you. How do you approach difficult conversations or topics with your loved ones or your colleagues that may affect your relationship?
I run.
You run?
I run!
What do you mean you run?
I don't want to talk about it.
She's a runner. She's a track star.
I'm a runner. I don't want to do it.
Why?
I will belittle myself and put myself down before I have an uncomfortable conversation with my loved ones. Because I really don't want to lose that bond or lose that friendship. I'd rather not really tell you how I'm really feeling. I'll again take the hit and take the heat because I'm built like that.
Right.
In order to keep the friendship and relationship, if it's not hurting me in that way, and if it's a situation that I can actually just walk from and we can move on. Now, if it's something that we're dealing with and it's like, okay, I ain't gonna be able to face you. Then we can kind of have that uncomfortable situation. We can have that conversation. But other than that, I want to run. I don't want to talk about it. I don't. I'm a crab. I'm a Cancer.
Okay.
I'm hard on the outside and soft and mushy and full in the inside. I don't want to do it. I don't want to have it. I'm a runner.
Okay, so that right there is something that a whole lot of people actually struggle with. This is an extremely uncomfortable topic because people don't want to hurt people that they love. But unfortunately, sometimes you actually do. Sometimes you actually really do have to toughen up, not just on the outside, but in the inside as well. And sometimes give a lot of very, very, very tough love. And some people, they definitely do deserve it. But you also need to know when to give it to those people. You can't just allow people to sit and have their way with you. It just doesn't work like that. It's very unhealthy as well, and you end up hurting yourself. It's not going to end up hurting nobody but you. So me personally, how I try to deal with any type of scenarios where I have to have conversations with people that I know are uncomfortable. We're all adults. That's how I start off the conversations. We're all adults. And to have those uncomfortable conversations with people who you love and care about that could lead down different paths, they are hard. They are extremely hard to have, but they are extremely necessary. That's also how you can find out exactly where you stand in people's lives. A lot of people do not know where they stand in your life until they make you uncomfortable. And being uncomfortable with someone and being able to have that conversation and stay on the same path with that person really lets you know that that person not only loves you, but they respect you. Because you can love somebody and have absolutely zero respect for them, and vice versa. So that's something that a whole lot of people, they really, really, really need to pay attention to. And they need to pay attention to the circle that feeds into them. Because if someone is afraid to come to you to tell you something about yourself or a hard truth that you're dealing with, then maybe the bond is not as secure as you think that it is. And maybe that's probably what we actually should be talking about. Why is that bond so fragile that you don't want to break it, or you feel as though if you open up to that person that relationship could dissolve?
I know that I learned this a long time ago, that you really never know how close you are to someone until you see them mad or see them in a situation where Can we get over this?
You got to see them.
You gotta see it.
You got to see them mad. You got to see them broke, and you got to see them when they are going through.
Yes.
Going through a
That's
loss.
when you really see how far and how close you are to a person. So I understand that. Like I said, it depends on the situation and it depends on the person. If it's a situation, let's just say in business and it's a friendship, I'd rather just say, hey, let's don't do this and then still keep my friendship.
Right.
Versus just going back and forth and then telling you how I personally feel. And now I could have just walked away from this situation and now we got to deal with that. Because a lot of people don't take accountability or they don't understand how you're feeling. So it's kind of like one of the things like I really don't want to deal with it. I kind of like walk away, put my arms up. So.
Right. Okay, I definitely get that. Okay, let's soften back up the room a little bit. Let's give you a random question. If you could only eat one food for the rest of your life, what would that one food be?
A pork chop.
A pork chop. With absolutely no hesitation. Is it a fried or a smothered pork chop? Can we at least know that?
I most definitely want to fry. I don't really like sauces. Like I don't like.
I'm a sauce girl.
I'm not a saucer. I don't really care for gravy. I don't want no hot sauce. When I eat my burgers, it's ketchup only. I don't want no mayonnaise, no mustard.
I need all of that. I need it all.
I don't. I simply just want. I'm very plain when it comes to food.
So,
but when it comes to my appearance, I'm loud. But when it comes to food, I don't want to try anything new. I'm straight this simple.
So
I don't eat salad.
That's crazy.
Lettuce, tomatoes, onions, green peppers, salad dressing.
That's insane.
Nothing.
Oh my goodness, that's insane. Hold on, you're from the DMV. Are you at least eating blue crab?
I'm actually from North Carolina, and I should really be eating.
That's why she eating pork chops. That's why she eating pork chops. She from down south.
Yes.
And them big thighs ain't come from up north.
Yes.
Well,
yes.
technically DC the south too. If you really want to play about it.
Yes. I do eat blue crabs. I actually am a crab. I'm a Cancer, so crabs are my favorite seafood, and I can eat them all the time. So yes.
Okay. All right.
Yes.
Everybody loves some crabs. You know,
Yes.
I love me some crabs. So I want to ask you, in life right now, if you could live in any time period, whether it be past, present, or the future, where would you live and why?
I would live right here.
Right here in the present.
Right here in the present. Right now.
No time like now.
No time like now, because I make my life. I control my life. So the present is okay right here with me. I'm fine. Every decision that I make is because I want to make it. Every decision, everything that I do it because I want to do it. So I'm not looking at the past. The past is what made me say I want to live in the present right now. I'm not trying to rush the future, because once I get there, I'm making way now, so I don't have to go backwards.
Right.
So I'm taking it 1 second, 1 minute, 1 hour, 1 day, 1 week, 1 month, 1 year, 1 season at a time.
Okay.
So I want to live in today, right now.
Living in the present. I know that's right. See me, I'm gonna take it to the past, because I gotta get rid of them kids. Boy, I don't know. Somebody should have told me get on birth control earlier. It's like, I'm just playing. Y'all know I love being a mom, and if there's anything that I would change, being a mother is definitely not one of them. That was just a little joke for my babies when they see this.
Yes.
But speaking of that younger self, because I mean a lot of people, they start off young, they make mistakes and all of that other stuff. I want to know, to your younger self, Toya, what would you tell your younger self? What advice would you give yourself?
You matter.
You matter.
My innocence was taken from me at 14. I would tell me I matter. I was molested and I became promiscuous, so I didn't get a chance to lose my virginity and feel special and have that moment. I went into straight survival mode. Like, I'm a survivor. Like, I came guarded. It was like, you know what? Sex with men means nothing to me at all, because that was took from me. Matter of fact, I can't even stand y'all. But it's whatever. I'm with it. So cool. But if I can tell my younger self and say, you matter, because I didn't feel like I mattered, because you took something from me that was not supposed to be taken. And now seeing my kids grow up, I'm like, oh my God, this is what it feels like, that your bedroom door don't have to be closed, or I don't have to look over they don't have to look over their shoulder, or no one's in their house, that, And my house was the trap house. Not like a trap house where it was the house for all the drug dealers and stuff. Not where the people were getting high. It wasn't that type of house. But I had a lot of brothers that was hustlers and drug dealers, and cousins and uncles and stuff like that. So the trap house was people in and out all day long, every day. And it was taken from me.
I'm very sorry for that. Unfortunately, that is something that us as a culture, we deal with a lot. I think I have been in several different rooms where this is a very uncomfortable topic, conversation amongst women, and I have been in rooms where there was not one woman in the room that had not been sexually assaulted, myself included, with those women. So it is something that is extremely unfortunate, and it does happen at very, very, very young ages, and it has happened to a lot of us. And it's something that we don't talk about because we are usually ashamed. We feel as though it is our fault that we brought it on ourselves. But for anyone who is listening, who is dealing with that, and feels like that something was taken from them, don't ever feel like it is your fault. It's not. It's not your fault. It's not your fault, and you are okay. Like, you are okay. You will get through it if it's something that's active right now, because it's not just younger women. I know women who 32 years old, 32 years old, sexually assaulted, and the pain never eases up. You will always think about it, but what you can do is you can learn from it, you can grow from it, and you can also be someone who can be an advocate, help other people so that they know ways around it.
That's why I say people don't be ashamed of your past.
Yeah, don't be ashamed of your
past. I tell people all the time, like, hey, this happened to me, but maybe you telling your story to somebody else, it could shift the narrative.
And it usually does.
It helps cleanses you. It helps cleanses you to be free of your trauma instead of holding toxic things in and secrets. Secrets kill.
Yeah,
they dark. They just secrets kill.
Yes, they definitely do. Well, I want to ask a few more random questions. I know I'm not going to hold you up all day, but we definitely want to ask you one weird question, because you say you're a unicorn as of such. So in my imagination, I'm thinking that unicorns have to have some type of talents. So what is a hidden talent that Toya has? We know that you are an entrepreneur, a multifaceted hat wearer, and you're into a little bit of everything, but I want to know, do you have a hidden talent, something that you're good at that no one knows about?
No.
Really?
No.
No hidden talent.
I can't sing. I can't dance.
Can you whistle?
I can't whistle. I can't cook. I can't clean. I'm none of that.
But she got a ring.
But you know what? I have the gift of love.
Okay, she has the gift of love.
I have the gift of love.
I can't believe that you can't cook.
I do not cook.
Where you coming from North Carolina?
My grandmother ruined us. Let me tell you, me and all my siblings, we are all homeowners. We're business owners. We have careers. At least out of 9 of us, at least 7 of us are making 6 figures. Everything. My grandmother cooked for us. She cleaned for us. She ironed our clothes. She washed our clothes. She served us.
Oh, wow.
We are all spoiled. It's so funny.
Shout out the granny.
Yes, when my grandmother died, it was so funny. My husband said after the repast, when everybody's supposed to be cooking, eating and stuff, we was like, "Where's the food? What's going on?" He was like, "I looked at y'all in disarray, and y'all were like running around in a circle, like, Mama does this. Like, what do we do?"
So that's who you was raised from. You was raised by your grandma.
Well, actually, I was raised by my mom, but my grandmother
was in the house.
No, she lived in Sea Pleasant, and we lived in Lanham.
Okay.
So in the Greenbelt area, but I was always at my grandmother's house. So yeah, my grandmother ruined us, and my mother was a housekeeper. She has OCD.
Oh wow.
So she didn't give us a chance to clean. Only chores I had was to dump the trash and make my bed. She didn't feel like we were good enough to clean the
I
bathroom.
didn't get in this type of household. I was the one that was on the baseboard.
Yes,
Like
no.
Saturday morning.
No.
It was like, come on, it's time to clean up. Like we literally had to get buckets with bleach, lift the rag, and was cleaning the walls. Like my grandma, she was, cause I mean, when we did used to dirty them, I don't know how we used to get that ring of dirt all the way straight up the. We used to go straight. Like I don't know if it was our hands, if it was our shoulders, what it was, but we sure enough had that dirt lying straight up the daggone stairs, and she would make us scrub it. She would make us scrub it.
My grandmother did not make us do anything.
Well, look, see, that's sounds like a little bit of privilege.
Yes.
Sound like a little bit of a privilege.
So now I just make sure that, so my husband don't be like, oh, she lazy. I have a housekeeper that comes every 2 weeks, and you know, I do the basics, but as far as like cleaning and cooking, and so in my relationship, instead of us arguing and going back and forth, my husband actually cooks. He decorates the house.
Okay.
He does everything. The like roles are true, and he still pay all the bills.
Come on, Abby.
Yes. So it's like, no, I do not have any hidden talents.
Okay, well look, it looks like love is all of this.
Just all it's just love.
Okay.
That's it. I don't have any hidden talents.
I love that. Listen, that's just amazing. I love that. So you're highlighting that you do hair. You have all of these other businesses. You do a little bit of everything. And of course, we know that you love your husband, and he is the person who has all of the businesses with you. We just hear all of that up in there. You've been smiling and just exuberating love throughout the entire interview. Thank you so much for coming on to the show. Before I get off of here, I definitely, of course, like I said, I'm always promoting New Energy Spa, treasuregems.com. So of course, I got you a gift.
Oh.
And here's your gift. Thank you so much for coming on to the show. You can just check that out. That's a little bit of my favorite products. Of course, you know that I am always going to tell everybody about your skin glowing. We got a nice bathing suit. This is a bathing suit with a bucket head. Yes. It ties up on the side. It's going to hold all of them hips up in there. We got some resistance bands because I'm going to have my online classes, and I want everybody to be able to have their resistance bands.
Okay.
So those is in both with the Treasure Gems logo for you to definitely come on and get your exercise on.
I need it.
Yes.
That's my biggest flaw.
Exercising?
Yes.
You gotta come on and exercise with me. Listen, we're gonna do some yoga. We're gonna do a little bit of everything. And of course, you know we gotta have the Goddess Glow foaming face wash to keep your skin clear. And I love to see you don't even have to wear makeup. You're gonna be clean and fresh. That is good with no additives, no fragrances or anything. So yes,
thank you.
You're very welcome. I want you, before you go ahead, put that in your bag, and I want you to tell everybody exactly where to find you.
Okay, you can find me on Instagram, TNT Toya Owner. TNT, that stands for Twists and Turns. Toya Owner. And let me see, on Facebook you can find me Toya Birch. And on Twitter and TikTok you can find me TNT Toya.
Okay, so that is Miss TNT Toya, TNT Toya Owner. She had a few different names and also a few different businesses. It was a pleasure to have you here in the studio with us today. Again, this is Real Uncomfortable Conversations, and I want to see you on the next episode.